before I make it home, traveling on a road before the rising moon explodes, before that shooting star could tell me where you are or tell me where you go. And just before the dreaming, before I close my eyes,
I went searching for your home, empty streets and drawn blinds. Could we sit and talk a while? Could we speak our mind? Leaflets rain from hollow sky.
Tap, tap, tap the window, while my mother smiles and mouths, Tranquila. I tap, tap the glass, my mother a fish I'm trying to summon. I tap until a border agent says stop, until a border agent shows me the gun on her belt. My childhood was caught on video border agents deleted every 3 months. I thought myself a movie star, blowing kisses at the children selling chiclets on the bridge. My cruelty from the backseat window, caught on video, proof I am an American. The drug-sniffing dogs snapped their teeth at my mother, detained for her thick accent, a warp in her green card. My mother who mouths, Tranquila. My mother's fingers dark towers on a screen for the Bio-10 scan. Isn't it fun? Says the border agent. The state takes a picture of my mother's left ear. Isn't it fun? I tap, tap, tap the glass and imagine it shatters into shiny marbles, a marble like the one I have in my pocket, the one I squeeze so hard I hope to reach its blue swirls. Blue swirls I wish were water I could bring to my mother in a glass to be near her. Friends, Americans, countrymen, lend me your ears. But only the border agent replies, do you know the Pledge of Allegiance? She points to a flag pinned on a wall. I do, so I stand and pledge to the country that says it loves me so much. It loves me so much. It wants to take my mother far away from me, far away to the place they keep all the other mothers, to sleep on rubber mats and drink from rubber hoses. Don't worry, says the border agent. We will take good care of your mommy. My mother mouths Tranquila, her teeth 2 rows of gold I could pawn for something shiny like the border agent's gun. Friends, Americans, countrymen, lend me your ears so I can hear my mother through bulletproof glass, so I can hear her over the roar of American cars crossing this dead river by the wave of an agent's pale hand. A little bit about this poem. I grew up in El Paso, Ciudad Juarez, post 9/11, when the U.S.-Mexico border became a place of heightened security and scrutiny. Suddenly, we needed passports to cross into what was essentially just another part of our city. The violence of border security became completely normalized overnight under the guise of, quote, protection from foreign terrorists. My mother was and is regularly stopped by Border Patrol, though she has the luxury of an American green card she obtained through marriage. I grew up waiting for her in the car and in lobbies, always afraid that despite her legal status, something would go wrong and they would take her from me. In Texas, they say, El Paso ain't Texas, it's Mexico. And that's why the state had permission to treat our mothers this way. Now all of the United States has become El Paso, and they are taking more than just our mothers away from us.
What's this place you tried to take me to?
summer of 2020, the Inland Empire lost two longtime musicians, both born in 1950. Joe Casados and Angie G were both a part of the IE music scene for some 60 years. This week, in appreciation of Angie G, who is one of the area's most accomplished keyboardist vocalists. Angelina Juanita Ibarra Guevara, aka Angie G, was born in Riverside but was raised in San Bernardino. She started playing music when she was just 6 years old. She grew up surrounded by the melodies and rhythms of live music. Her mother sang and her father played guitar. Two of her uncles had their own bands. Angie took music lessons on the accordion and keyboard. Public performances began in the late 1950s when she was just 9 years old. Armando Neri was well known throughout the Southland as a Spanish flamenco dancer and instructor. He would stage dance exhibitions in the Inland Empire. Neri preferred live music accompaniment for his dancers. That job went to young Angie Ibarra on the accordion. Angie even did some dancing herself. She can be seen here in this photo on the left. At the age of 12, she joined her first Inland Empire group, the Elegants. On April 30, 1964, the band appeared on the Danny Landeros show on KCHU Channel 18 in San Bernardino. She appeared on the Landeros program a number of times in the early 1960s. In 1964, at the age of 14, Angie joined the legendary IE band, the Premiers. She played keyboards and sang. Also in the band was Bobby Felix on bass. Bobby's cousin, James Archie Felix, joined the band in 1968 on vocals and guitar. Angie left the band later that year. Post-Premiers, she was joined by the Felix cousins and Bobby Dominguez to form the band Life. In early 1970, Angie and the Felix cousins became members of Greg Eckler's new band, Big Lung and the Breathers. The band were regulars at the Red Baron Club in Palm Springs and recorded a video session in the studios of San Bernardino Valley College's KVCR TV Channel 24. The band also went by the name Cock Robin. In late 1970, Angie joined her brother Joey's band Resurrection. This band eventually became the popular IE club band Maya. Maya even opened for Tower of Power and Ball and Jack at the Swing Auditorium on New Year's Eve 1972. On the local circuit, the band played such IE venues as Duran's, Tony's Store, The Gasser, Giuseppe's, The Experience, and The Dunes. In 1974, Angie continued to play keyboards and sing as Maya became a touring band. They performed throughout the western United States, as far north as Alaska and Canada, and as far east as Texas. Angie considered Tucson, Arizona, as a second home to the band. Angie left the band in 1981 and took a 15-year break from touring in order to raise a family. Despite her retirement from the road, Angie continued to play the organ at her church, Our Lady of Guadalupe in San Bernardino. She returned to the IE music scene in 1996 when she became a member of Nightlife. In the ensuing years, Angie's return to the Inland Empire music scene was good news for other IE groups, as she also gigged with Night Groove, After 7, the Original Sacrifice Band, Psalm 150, the BOE Best of Everything Band, Delaney and James, the PR Project, the Traveling Homeboys, and many other bands. In 2009, Angie was inducted into the Inland Empire Musicians Hall of Fame as a member of the Premiers. The ceremony was held at a Yucaipa outdoor concert. She is seen here with fellow Premiers James Archie Felix and John L. Escalante. Angie was one of the most beloved IE musicians. She will be sorely missed by her fellow bandmates and those that attended concerts where she performed.
Hello, my friends. This week I want to share my Someday and a couple other songs near and dear to my heart. How are they written? How have they stood up over the years? Or in the case of someone else's song, like When I Win the Lottery, what makes this song so easy to love? When I Win the Lottery reminds me of the young David Lowery bringing me cassettes of new songs, or as Estonian gauchos playing with the dangers at a backyard party in the early 1980s. The captivating rhythms embedded in this guy are the heart of Lottery. Despite being one of the best story poems of the Camper catalog, what this beautiful band does with the pulse of this song is quite elegant, a music all its own.
One, two, three. Well, I lost an eye in Mexico, lost two teeth where I don't know. But people see me coming and they move to the other side of the road. I robbed a liquor store or two, I made myself at home a few times, borrowed myself a car when I needed it. I got me a shack at the bottom of the road, of fixing cars and giving toes, spend all my money on the lottery. When I win the lottery, gonna buy all the girls in my block color TV and a bottle of French perfume. When I win the lottery, gonna donate half my money to the city, so they have to name a street or a school or a park after me. When I win the lottery, I never run a flag up a pole like Mr. Red, White, and Blue down the road, but I never called myself a hero for killing unknown communists. Now I can walk into any old bar, I find a fight without looking too hard, but I never killed someone I don't know just 'cause someone told me to. And when I win the lottery, gonna buy Post 306 American Legion painted red with 5 gold stars. This will be interesting. When I win the lottery, gonna buy the house next to Mr. Red, White, and Blue. When I win the lottery, when the end comes to this old world, the righteous will cry and the rest will curl up, and God won't take the time to sort your ashes from mine. 'Cause we zig and zag between good and bad, stumble and fall on right and wrong. It's a tumbling dice and the luck of the draw that leads us on. When I win the lottery, gonna buy all the girls in my block silver-plated or 6-shooters and a quart of the finest Highland Scotch. 'Cause when I win the lottery, the righteous will shake their heads. They'll say that God is good, but surely works in mysterious ways. When I win the lottery,
I wrote the demo for Lucky very quickly and liked it enough to get it to Johnny even quicker. He improved it, but then he took his time. Ever since, Johnny's been on a quest, sharing this song, show to show, fan to fan, making it the enduring, beloved crumb favorite I could only have hoped for. Lucky indeed.
Well, I'm lucky for my fingers. Got a lucky bed to sleep. Lucky thoughts, they linger. Lucky as I'd be. Sometimes I turn my mind to days before we broke into. Yeah, but I'm lucky, so lucky for the times I spent with you. Now some would call it destiny. Say we don't control our fate. Yeah, but me, I don't believe that stuff. No, I believe you make your luck. Sometimes I turn my mind to days before we broke into. Yeah, but I'm lucky, so lucky for the times I spent with you. What more could I ask for? What more could I do? What more could I ask for? Oh, so much to you. I'm still dreaming, lucky to have cried, even lucky for the bad luck, just lucky to have tried. Sometimes I turn my mind to days before we broke into. So lucky for the times I spent with you, for the times I spent with you.
My Someday was written in 2012 after watching Disney's Snow White. And I always loved the song Someday My Prince Will Come, as have many, many jazz performers. My song is a little darker and it tries to capture the anxiety and the hope that someone will return. When I came upon this live Dangerous version that you'll see next, I was stunned by all the past, current, and future dangers there on that Hangar 24 stage. It's Ralph Torres, Mike Geegan, Pammy Farragher, Tim Laughlin, Brad Vaughn, Bob Vennum, Lisa Kekaula. And it dawned on me that my someday is always here. And with all these great dangers, these bandmates, collaborators, friends, they're the ones that have the key that unlocks the door. Song by song, album by album, my someday has arrived.